Good morning, students. Today I would like to explaining about the GSM architecture, the global system mobile communication architecture. Is the architecture it consisting of elements. It consisting of three modules are there. The GSM elements and interfaces consisting of three modules are there. RSS and the NSS and the OSS. Okay, first of all, I'm explaining about the picture RSS. In that picture RSS, the elements are there BTS and MS and radio cell. Okay, the radio cell it is covering the mobile location. Okay, the user how long the radio frequency it is covering. It is covering the area. Okay, it is the radio cell, and also one more term it is there, MS mobile station and BTS base terminal station. Okay, first of all I am explaining about the radio cell. Okay, the coverage area of a cellular system. Okay, it is the covering the area of the cellular system. The cellular systems are the mobile system. It is partitioned into number of smaller area. It is partitioned into smaller area or cells. Each cell served by a base station. Each and every cell it is served by a base station for radio coverage purpose. Okay, the main base station it is connected through fixed links, that is the mobile switching center. Okay, what is the main purpose of the mobile switching center I will explain later, which is local switching exchanging with the additional features are there to handle the mobility management requirements of a cellular system. The main one mobile switching center it is switching or exchanging with the additional features to handle the mobility management requirements of a cellular system. Okay, the mobile switching center also interconnect with the public switched telephone network. It already compatible with the PSDN. Okay, those networks are the public switched telephone network. Why it is interconnecting with the mobile switching center? Because of the majority of the calls in a cellular mobile system either originate from or terminate at fixed network terminals. That's why it is interconnecting with the mobile switching center. Switching means it can be moving to one network to another network. Okay, the another one, the next slide it is shows the picture of the GSM elements and the interfaces. Okay, here the GSM architecture also there. It consisting of, already I was explained, three subsystems are there. Those are the RSS. RSS means the radio. RSS means the radio subsystem, and NSS means the network and switching subsystem, and OSS means the operation subsystem. The first I am explaining about the first part of the architecture, radio subsystem. The radio subsystem mainly for what purpose it is we are using. Okay, here in this one the main elements are there in the radio subsystems are there. Mobile station are there. For the first element I am discussing about the mobile station. It provides the mobile station consisting of two units are there. The first one it is the mobile handset is the most complicated GSM device. The mobile station it provides the user access to the network. It allows to access the user network. And one more service it is providing the mobile station, it is the SIM. It is the subscribe identity module. It is a removable module and it goes into a mobile handset. Each SIM is a unique number called as a international mobile subscriber identity. All of you know each and everyone having the subscribing identity modules also there. Those are unique numbers are there for each and every network, every customer having the unique number. It is for identification purpose, the subscriber identity purpose, they are having the one unique number. The mainly for building the microcomputer and memory into it. And one more term also there, that is the base station subsystem. Here the base station subsystem, it compromises the main purpose of the base station subsystem. It is the coding and decoding of voice. The main purpose base station subsystem is the coding and decoding of voice and rate adoption from wireless network part. That's why we are using these these functionalities. It is providing the base station subsystem. It is providing the functions coding and decoding of voice and rate adoption, okay, from the to or from the wireless network part it is providing. And the GSM network, it is compromises the base station subsystems. Each it can be controlled by a base station controller. And coming to the radio subsystem, the one more term we are using, that is the BTS, base transceiver station. What is the main purpose we are using the transceiver station? The mainly it is purpose the set of transceivers to talk to the mobile stations. Okay, and transmitter rate, a bit is 2 megapixel per second. Okay, the capacity of the base transceiver station, it depends on number of transceivers. The main aim it is finding the capacity of the number of transceivers, that is the base transceiver stations. And the one more term in the radio subsystem also we are using, base station controller. Base station controller, why it is we using the base station controller? What it controls? The base station controller manages the channel allocation and handover call from one BTS to another BTS. The main purpose it is the manages the channel allocation and handover of called from one BTS to another BTS. And one it is the one more module also there in the GSM architecture, that is the network switching subsystem. In the switching subsystem, we are using the mobile services switching center. Here the mobile services switching center also there. The mobile services switching center. What is the main aim here in this one? Okay, it is here to the entire network. It is connected to the fixed line network to mobile network. And it manages the mobile services switching center. What it manages and manages all the call related functions. What are the call related functions are there? Mainly it is providing the billing information. Okay, how long time you are using the network. Okay, it is the billing information is providing the mobile services switching center. Call detail record it is providing. Okay, every call in the mobile switching services switching center, how long you are making a call, how long you are using the network, the information about the um, identification of the subscribers. And also it is connected to the HLR and the VLR. Okay, home location registration and the visitor location registration. Okay, it is finding the identification of routing of incoming calls. So it is finding the MSC, mobile services switching center. And here I am explaining about the home location register. All subscribers data it is stored in the home location register. Okay, our details, user details, uh, it is stored in the Aadhaar card number. Okay, your home address. Okay, it is registered in the your location area, which area you are belongings to. what's your name, what's your date of birth. Okay, all subscriber data it is stored in the home location register. It parameter database of all the registered subscribers. How many registers are there? The information, if you want the information, we have to check in the home location register. And one more one, it is the visitor location register. Okay, from other area to from other area people come to our home location. Okay, it is finding the visitor location register, how many people they are coming from the other area, like other location. Okay, in the home location register validates the subscriber before registration. Okay, activate the it activates the subscriber it is registered in the VLR. Only if the subscribers are there in the visitor location register, active the subscriber only, then only it can be registered in the VLR. With the help of the VLR, we have to make the incoming, we have to get the incoming calls, and also we have to make the outgoing calls also, it is possible. And the last one in the diagram, it is picturally shows the picture, it is shows the this one I am explaining about the VLR and the HLR also. Okay, and MSC also, what there's purposes they are providing. A is the horizontal line, it indicates the interface, and the last one it is the AUC, OMC and EIR. One more elements are there, it is the OSS, operation subsystem, the last interface, it is the in the architecture. Okay, what is the main purpose of the OMC we are using? Okay, it keeps the records of all the faults occurred. OMC operation subsystem, it keeps the records of all faults occurred. Where the faults it is occurred, it keeps the recording. Okay, OMC can also generate the traffic analysis reports it is providing. Okay, is the your network it is healthy network or not, it is finding the operation subsystem. And also it consisting of elements are the authentication center. The authentication center it is processed to verify the subscriber, okay, sim. And AUC HLR combined with the authentication subscribers also there. And the main authentication center secret data and verification algorithms are stored into the AUC. And EIR, equipment identity register. Okay, a block list contains the three different lists are there. The mainly for the blacklist, mobile station which have been reported stolen or currently locked due to some reasons. Okay, the equipment identity register, with the help of the equipment identity register, if your mobile is stolen by someone, with the help of the EIR identity, we have to finding your mobile. And the next one coming to continuation of the equipment identity register. Here also there whitelist also there. Blacklist it is finding the stolen item. Whitelist it is the which records of all mobile stations that are valid and operating or not. And one more one it is also there, gray list, including all those mobile stations that may not be functioning properly. According to these category, mobile station can make the calls or can be stopped from making the calls. This is explanation about the GSM architecture. Thank you student, thank you for listening.